Yo, it's Wolf. I'm back. Welcome back to the channel. I got my work goggles on today because we are running an operation. Alright. So, with that being said, I'm going to get straight to it. This is my finance channel called Pain and Reward. I cover the job market, investing, trading, and I do technical analysis breakdowns as well. And I also have a more broad channel that is linked in the description, and it is also linked in the homepage of this channel, so you can go ahead and check that out if you feel like it. I would really appreciate it if you guys could go ahead and subscribe because it does help with the algorithm. With that being said, we will now move on to the video that we are reacting to. So there is a content creator by the name of Deconstructing Narcissism. Let me go ahead and remove my photo and the text out the way so you can see that. So there we go, Deconstructing Narcissism. I am subscribed. I have been watching his content, and he makes good content. So you guys should go ahead and check his channel out, and go ahead and let him know that I sent you guys over there. So yeah, let's get straight to it. So the title of the video that we're reacting to is why I don't put in 110% effort at work anymore, and why you shouldn't either. Let's get to it.
I'm going to make kind of a personal video and give you my reasons, my takes as to why I don't put in 110% effort in at my jobs anymore. They're pretty much all started, I was a pretty decent worker, I would say, from 19 to I want to say to like my mid to late 20s. I was an okay worker. I was not a horrible worker. But over the years, the more shitty jobs I've had, just the more retail and factory jobs and heavy physical labor construction jobs and all these different bosses, bad bosses, some okay bosses, but not great bosses. All these things I've had over the years have added up to me just being not completely not caring, but kind of apathetic towards just the way I feel about work in general and the job environment in general. I just don't feel that sense of, I don't feel like that sense of importance of, yes, I try to keep my job, but I don't put in 110% anymore. And that's just because I've never really gotten recognized from my work before to begin with. Like the work that I tried to do, the previous jobs where I actually did try and actually did work and bust my ass and try to get promoted, I didn't get promoted. I didn't get recognized.
Let me tell y'all something. When I worked at the Atchison Ford dealership over on Belleville Road when I was 20 years old, I was a car porter. This was 2020. I started working there like, I want to say January of 2020, sometime in like January 2020. And I remember, like, bro, that was like right before COVID lockdown. But because COVID lockdown happened in March 2020, I think like March 23rd to be exact. I want to say, I could be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, I remember when I was working there as a car porter, there was this guy who was like my manager or my boss. He didn't really manage shit for real. He kind of just sat at his desk, talked with the salesman, and whenever we would have a car come through, I would have to, take it through the car wash, jot down all of his features and things like that, so that way I could input it into our website, so it can be put on the listing with everything that is included with the vehicle. So I was the guy that was responsible for making sure that the listings for these used cars at the Ford dealership had everything that it needed to be listed on that listing, basically. So I need to make sure I got it written down if it had sync. I had to make sure it was written down if it was if it had for example, I'm having a brain fart right now, bro. Basically, bro, as a car porter, we'd get these cars, right? It'd be a trade-in or whatever, and then I'd have to take it through the car wash, and again, I'd have to like sit in the car, check the entire car out from the interior to the exterior, and write down everything I can about this car. So that way we increase our chances of selling this vehicle once it's listed online. And I was also the person in charge with taking the photos of the cars. So I parked the car in front of the dealership, and then I would go grab the tablet and I would take photos of the car, and it would have to be at specific angles. Pictures would have to be taken a certain way. I'd make sure I did it the exact same way with every single car. I showed up to work on time. I did a good job. I wore my uniform every freaking time. Never caused any issues. Like, always working, never slacking. You know what I'm saying? Like, but guess what? For the time I worked from January to I think June that year, bro, I never once got a thanks from my boss. My boss never ever said thank you. Never said thanks. Never said I appreciate it. Never said thank you. Nothing like that. And I didn't even realize until one of my coworkers, who was like a car washer, no, a car detailer. One of the car detailers asked me one time, does he ever thank you? Now, he must have asked that question because he never got a thanks from that man. This guy's been working there way longer than me. And he's a car detailer. That's a different department. He's not even a car porter. But maybe we may have had the same boss. I don't know. Maybe we had the same boss. But all I'm saying is, bro, that's just one time that I showed up every day to a job, did my job, caused no issues, and just go home after each shift, right? Again, show up, do my job, cause no problems, go home, repeat. And I never got a thanks for it. Or I felt underappreciated. Every job I've ever worked, I felt underappreciated, to be honest. And I've worked plenty of jobs. I'm 25. I've worked plenty of jobs. I've been working since I was 16. Okay.
And I'm not saying that, I'm the only one that used to work hard at work. No, I'm not saying that I'm the only one that maybe deserved to get some kind of raise or promotion. I'm not saying that. That would obviously be narcissistic of me to say, my personal opinion. But there came a point in my life where I'm just like, what's the point?
Oh, and by the way, too, my desk was literally like right behind my boss's desk. So I had a little desk because I got this computer where I gotta use to input all of this information that I'm writing on this paper whenever I get into these vehicles. So in the listing, it's got everything it needs, right? So my desk was right behind this. I'm barely at my desk, by the way. Like, I want to say 95% of the time I was working there, 90 to 95% of the time I was working there, I was on my feet. I'm out on the parking lot doing whatever I'm doing, or I'm taking a car through the car wash, or I'm in the car checking out all of his features and everything, writing everything down. Basically, it was like data entry at a dealership, right? For 5 to 10% of the time, right? And then another 90%, I'm outside in the cold, bro. I told you I started working there in January. I live in Michigan. In the cold, in the snow, It's inches of snow on the ground, and it's snowing. And it's cold as fuck. And I'm having to hop in and out of cars the whole shift. I'm hopping in and out of cars, bro. The whole shift. It takes time for a car to heat up. So imagine how long I'm outside with no heat. I'm getting in and out of cars, bro, because I'm having to park this car there, reposition this car, take this car through the car wash, put something in this car on the seat or whatever. We'll do, like, it's always something. You barely get time to rest. Like, dead ass. You barely get time to rest. So my desk again was right behind his. So this guy being at his desk the majority of the time he's on his shift. If he's not walking to the other freaking the new car dealership that's like right next door. It's like same lot, but it's like they got two separate buildings, one for the used cars, one for the new cars. If he's not walking over there to go talk to somebody, or walking back from over there, or talking to somebody in the garage at the detailing department, the nigga sitting in this chair, bro. This nigga did not do shit, bro. This nigga barely did any fucking work, but he's getting paid way more than me. He never even thanks me when I'm making his job easy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was a couple times I think I lost the key. No, I think I only lost the key one time. But yeah, I always showed up and did my job. Always was in a positive mood. You know, I always brought, like, good energy to work. And again, I was always on time. Sometimes I was even getting there early. You feel me? And I was even talking to the salesman. I'm talking to the boss. You know, I'm not like to myself the entire time. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying at the time I was like talking to everybody. You feel me? And I even gave him a 2-week notice before I left. You know, went about it the conservative way, right? So I didn't even leave like a bad footprint or anything like that, which is a good thing. So if I ever wanted to go back to the dealership, I could do that with no problem, probably. But yeah, so I'm just saying all of this because that was when I was 20, right? Since then, like, my tolerance for shit has depleted to 0. Like, I'm not playing games with niggas. It's depleted to 0, bro. I'm not playing games with niggas. Like, you talk to me just any type of way because you feel like you above me because you're in a higher position at work, best believe you will be hearing from me. I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, I've never been fired for doing that because I've gained leverage at my, at jobs that I've worked because of how hard I am of a worker, right? How good I am of a worker. And I don't do it for the corporations. I do it for myself. When I go to work, I do a fucking great job at what I do, no matter what it is I do, because that makes the shift go by faster. Okay? If I'm moving slow, time's gonna move slow. So when I go to work, I don't want to be acting like I'm slow. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna act like a high functioning human being on the job because I want to go home. I don't want to feel like I'm here all day. Time is gonna move slow again, like I said. So, like, why? I don't know how other people do it. I don't know how other people just do the bare minimum when they get to work every fucking time they go to work, bro. I don't know how they do it because, like, is time not moving slow to y'all? I know time feels like it's flying when I'm busy. Okay, when I'm not even thinking about the time, and then I look at the time, I'm like, oh, it's been 2.5 hours already. That's because I'm so deep in the sauce. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? But if you, I don't know. I just feel I don't get it, bro. I don't know how niggas go to work every day and do the bare minimum, bro. Bare minimum. Like, I don't know. Now, I'm not like going crazy at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like going above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing a damn good job because I want to go home, like I said. But yeah.
Few raises that you do get, maybe you work hard for 6 months or a year or 2 years. Maybe you work hard, right? Maybe you're like me. Maybe you were like me and you were in my position as well, where you worked hard and you didn't see anything come out of it and you just gave up as well. It's like I said, I'm in the same position. I just gave up because I was tired of not seeing any results from it. Tired of not seeing any raises from it. Tired of working only to have my boss come over and say I wasn't doing a good enough job.
Bro, the managers don't give a fuck about you. The managers do not give a fuck about how you feel. They don't give a fuck about what you're going through. Nothing like that. All they give a fuck about is their numbers looking good. That's all they care about. I'm telling you. All these niggas give a fuck about is their numbers. Because they're getting told that they need to tell the associates this and that whoopty whoop by the higher ups. And they don't want to fucking say nothing to the higher ups because they some little bitch ass niggas, I guess. I don't know. Like, because I said earlier, I'm not going for the fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a management role, I don't care if it's a higher up nigga. Like, I'm not going for it. You feel me? But I guess niggas just don't have the same build. I don't know. Maybe I'm just built different. But listen, all I know, these niggas is stressed out because they getting told that they need to crack down on the, lower in positions, and it's all because of numbers, right? They got to reach this quota. They got to reach this benchmark. They got to reach this goal, right? And if they don't do that, somebody's getting fired. They put that fear in them, right? So then they get all stressed out. And then instead of them standing up for themselves, right? They'd rather fucking get mad at you, get mad at your coworkers, talk to you and talk to them any type of way. Just treat them like any type of way, like you're lesser than them, right? Because they think that they can just get away with this shit, right? Which is crazy, right? Because you would think niggas would have been stopped doing this. Because, see, I'm type nigga, bro. Like, if it get to a point where I feel like you dead ass, like, intentionally just blatantly disrespecting me, and then like you crossing a line, fuck the bullshit. We can go to the parking lot. We can box. You know what I'm saying? If it gets to that point, it's never gotten to that point. But, like, I'm just, bro, I don't get paid enough. I know y'all can easily replace me because the job that I'm doing isn't even important enough. Like, if you're working at Amazon, for example, in a warehouse, you're basically fucking, you're there just for show. Like, these niggas just got you employed just to look like, just to try to look like they they need people, bro. They don't need anybody. They don't need anybody at all. Like, these niggas don't need any of y'all. They don't need me. Like, there's nobody in your family that they need. There's nobody in your whole friend circle that they need. There's nobody in your whole followers list on any social media platform that you use that they need. These corporations are laying everybody off. You're going to see more layoffs this year. It's 2026. You're going to see more layoffs this year. It's going to get worse for niggas. Like, shit is not going to be pretty. You know what I'm saying? And and they're going to keep on gaslighting you, making you feel like you going insane because you like, Nah, ain't no way these numbers is right. The numbers they putting up on the screen on with the mainstream media and shit, as far as the unemployment rate and how many jobs is available. You're like, nah, ain't no fucking way. You've been unemployed for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, a year and a half. And they were talking about Trump talking about the economy is A plus. That's what he said. The chick said, how would you describe the economy today? He said A plus. I'm not lying. It's on video. You can go look it up. Go to like Twitter or something. If you can't find it, ask Grok on Twitter. It'll find it for you. So, yeah, we got a president that doesn't care about people. We got a president that only cares about himself and his billionaire friends. We got a president who's basically a dictator. We got a president who's just going to constantly deflect when he's asked basic questions that we all need answers to as citizens of the United States and as tax-paying citizens of the United States. Hard-working, tax-paying, law-abiding citizens of the United States, right? Fuck, I don't give a fuck if you're not law-abiding. Shit don't matter. You fucking you live here, born, raised. Bro, listen. You pay taxes here, bro. We need answers. Okay, you need answers. We need answers. So I don't know why this nigga be tiptoeing around the most fucking basic fucking questions. But then the nigga will always be throwing shots at Joe Biden. He will always be throwing shots at Joe Biden at any chance given. He's always got to throw shots at Joe Biden. Right? He's always got to insult his intelligence. When Trump can't even, again, give us a fucking answer to a basic question. And then the niggas on TV, these major platforms gaslighting people. Acting like the economy is better than what it is. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit is wild. Shit is wild, bro. Shit is wild, man.
Or, I needed to do better, or maybe I came a minute late. Or maybe I just, he just didn't like the way I was speaking. It just came down to so many things where I was just like, this is not worth it. Even if I was to get a raise, it would be 25, maybe 50 cents. And, now in 2025, with the cost of living and goods and services and rent, it's like, what significance does a raise even mean at your job? What value does the raise at your job hold when the value of the money that we make is so low that...
Bro, the average raise in the last 5 years is like 3%. The average yearly... Bro, the average raise in the past 5 years is only 3%, bro. Inflation for the past 5 years has been 3 to 5%. It's like 3 to 5%. It's 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Bro, I'm not making this up because I was looking up all of the numbers and I made a video about this shit on TikTok recently. Let me go check TikTok real quick, bro. I got my phone right here. Like, I'm not making this up, bro. Okay. The average inflation rate for the past 5 years is 4 to 5%, and the average yearly job raise is 3%. The average ROI for an investment in the S&P 500 would be 15 to 16%. Bro, these savings accounts are only giving you like 3 to 4% interest rate. You know what I'm saying? So the only way you can beat the inflation rate is by investing. You have to invest. You have to invest more than you save because the dollar is depleting in value every day. The Federal Reserve, this fiat currency, because it's not even backed by gold, it's been taken off the gold standard for decades now, way before I was even born, right? And they're just printing it every day, all day. So it's depleting in value, and it's already a fiat currency, right? And I know I say depleting value, but then I say it really has no real value. I hope you understand what I'm saying, right? Again, that's why I mentioned it not being on a gold standard anymore. But so with that being said, right? Yeah, I just, bruh, I'm really getting fucking sick and tired of this shit, bro. Like, niggas need to just stand the fuck up, bro. Fuck all the bullshit. Niggas need to stand the fuck up, bro. Real talk. Niggas need to stand the fuck up. They didn't tell you. They didn't tell you any of this in school. They didn't tell you any of this in middle school, high school, college. But again, the only way you're gonna beat the rat race is by investing more than you save. Okay, you need to invest into crypto. You need to do your research first, so it's not gambling. You need to invest in stocks. You need to do your research first, so it's not gambling. You guys need to take control of your finances before the government takes complete control of it. Okay, for real, for real. They already talking about universal basic income, all of this bullshit. We got goofballs online celebrating about universal basic income because they're like, oh wow, we won't have to work anymore. The government's just gonna give us all money, blah blah. Goofball. They're gonna have more control over your finances than if they do that. They're gonna give you a fixed amount of money. A fixed amount of money on a. They're gonna give you a fixed amount of money on a fixed schedule. You don't want that. You don't want that. Like who? What? That don't even make any sense. Why are we celebrating that? That's goofy. Are these niggas NPCs? Are they agents? What's going on? It doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense at all. At all. But I gotta go, man. So y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Shout out to Deconstructing Narcissism. Y'all have a blessed on peace and miles. Stay safe.